Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Friday, the last day of March 2023. So today we have the weekly close, the monthly close and the quarterly close. But first, let's take a look what's going on the Forex economic calendar for today. What do we have here for Friday? As you can see, it's kind of interesting. Plenty of the very important data are scheduled for release, but overnight we got the release of the Chinese data in form of the manufacturing PMI for the month of March. The actual reading was 51.9, which beats the expectations of 51.5, but it's lower than the previous reading of 52.6. As long as the manufacturing PMI is above the level of 50, the trend is to the upside, so the manufacturing is expanding in China. GDP data from the UK are scheduled for release at 8 o'clock. Those data are for the fourth quarter. As you can see, the previous reading was 0.2%. Now the forecast is 0.4%. The same situation we have with the GDP from the Canada. This one is scheduled for release at 2:30, and this is for the month of the January for some reason. Moreover, German unemployment change data are scheduled for release 5 to 10. As you can see here, for the month of March, the forecast is 3,000 and the previous reading was 2,000 only. And CPI data from the Eurozone are scheduled for release at 11 a.m. And for the month of March, the CPI should decrease significantly from 8.5% to 7.1%. So very interesting data here. And at the end of the day, at 5 p.m., we got ECB President Christine Lagarde to give a speech. All of these events are the most important. So three green dots of importance for all of these events. So because of the GDP data from the UK, let's find out what's going on the British pound. The 4-hour chart of the British pound is still showing us that the bulls are in control of this market and they are making still higher highs. The recent higher high and the swing high was made at the level of 1.2422, but this high was made in the form of the pin bar. So we got something like a shooting starish pin bar candlestick made on the 4-hour chart. First confirmation is done. This is 4-hour chart, so right now that candle has not been closed yet, so we have to wait, but we have potentially first confirmation candle. And where's the target? Well, the target is around the level of 1.2342. This is the technical support, and please notice the fact that we are still trading above this short-term trend line, the market orange on the chart, and we are trading above the 50 periods moving average 1.2291. This is the level. The other technical support, which is very important from our point of view, is of course located at the level of 1.2293, just above the 50 periods moving average. Nevertheless, please notice the fact that we hit the extremely overbought market conditions again, which is why the move to the downside might be triggered after the GDP data from the UK will not be delivered in line with the expectations. So they will be worse than the expectations, and we can see a trigger that can be a trigger for market to move lower or test the trend line or even test lower below the technical support. So please keep an eye on the British pound data. Very interesting situation here on the British pound. Let's find out then before the market will of course reveals the data. Let's see what is going on the British pound to Japanese yen. We got the technical resistance here, of course. The technical resistance is 165.98. This is the key technical resistance, which is why we are going to make it very thick and red. And as you can see, the market has been trying to move towards this resistance and test it, and hopefully for the bulls break it, but none of this happened. Yes, there's still a chance for this market to move higher, but as you can see, what do we have here? is a kind of a trend line breakout. Okay, that's all data, so we don't need them anymore. Let's make just one little bit zoom. There you go, and you can see here clearly that the market moves to the upside very dynamically. So we hit the extremely oversold market conditions around the level of 1.5839, and since then the market has been moving up like no tomorrow. We broke above 50 and 100 periods moving average, but the current levels are extremely overbought levels. Okay, so some kind of a pullback is needed here for the market anyway, and it can be made after the data are released. 164.20 is another technical support, and one more technical support is the level of 163.30. So this is the situation on the British pound to the Japanese yen. Let's find out the other markets. Just in case, let's take a look at the euro dollar. For our chart of the euro dollar is showing us very nice rebound from the level of 1.0722, and almost the swing high at 1.0930 has been tested. The high here was 1.0927, so 3 pips miss. Kind of a double top-ish pattern here. As you can see, we are starting the day going lower. The red candle is being printed right now on the 4-hour chart. We are approaching the intraday technical support located at 1.0872, and in a case of a breakout, there is eventually another technical support located around the level of 1.0819, just below the 50 periods moving average located at 1.0823. Please notice the extremely overbought market conditions, just as on the British pound level. So we might see some sort of the reversal here, or maybe pullback before going any higher. So please keep an eye on the euro dollar market as well, and on the data release from the European Central Bank, and the remarks from the Christine Lagarde as well. That's the euro pairs and the British pound pairs. Let's just now take a look at the crude oil, and as you can see, the situation on the crude oil is very interesting, because we just broke slightly above the technical resistance located at 73.80. We are still moving up on the on the crude oil, but this up move is still in 3 waves only. Okay, so it's because it's in the 3 waves only. We are still continuing our labeling with A, B, and potential wave C. And as far as I'm concerned, I guess there was some kind of a projection level which was the level of the equal length of the wave A measured from the bottom of the wave B. And as you can see, I'm absolutely correct. This level is located at roughly 100% is located at 74.42, and we just hit this level. So right now the length of the wave A is equal of the length of the wave C measured from the bottom of the wave B, which means we have the market geometry relationship here that might result in the movement. What kind of movement? Movement to the downside, if of course this is the situation we are dealing with, right? So we need this kind of a situation here to be resolved very quickly. The nearest technical support is 72.57 and 72.13, just above the 100 periods moving average. The momentum is still strong, the momentum is still positive. So if the market will start to reverse dynamically, that means the market is technical, and market participants see this technical resistance and see this market geometry relationship. So we should expect lower levels soon. And last but not least, let's take a look at the Bitcoin. This is a monthly chart of the Bitcoin, because today we have the weekly, monthly, and quarterly close. So let's just briefly talk about the monthly chart of the Bitcoin. We are testing 23% of the Fibonacci retracement of this whole big wave to the downside, right? So it started in November. We are just trading below the key technical resistance located at 29,184. So in a case of a breakout higher, of course, then we have another target which is located at 38% of the Fibonacci retracement, allowed $36,000. As you can see, this is very strong bullish engulfing pattern. There is a confirmation, and to this month candle looks very, very bullish as well. What we need now is another strong month breaking above the technical resistance and closing as close as possible to 38% of the Fibonacci retracement of this whole big wave to the downside. On the monthly chart, we are trading above the 50 months moving average, but if we change it to, let's say, okay, this is the 50, let's just change it to 12-month moving average. So the yearly moving average, there you go, that's the 12-month. Okay, so right now we are trading above the yearly average price because this is on the 12-month moving average. So please consider the fact that we broke above the moving average, and the market participant might decide to enter the market again because we already trading above the yearly average. So that's another situation for the Bitcoin. The RSI is testing the level of 50. So RSI is testing the neutral level. As I said, this is a big thing for the market. Big levels, big Fibonacci retracement. If we break above this and we sustain the breakout in form of the monthly close in the month of April, this will be another situation that might suggest that the uptrend is wealthy, our uptrend is developing, and much more higher prices should be seen on the chart of the Bitcoin in the long term. So that's the situation for the end of the month, end of the week, and end of the quarter. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next week. So take care and bye bye.